Hello, everyone. Welcome to News 5 Now. Let's take a look at our top headlines. A man wanted for child abuse in Mobile turns himself in. A Pensacola man indicted for making threats to the president. And find out who the remarkable woman of 2026 is. Let's get started.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Gracie, and I am one of the digital content producers here at WKRG. I am so excited to be here with you today. I'm filling in for Miss Summer while she is out, so very happy to be here. We're going to take a look at our top stories of the hour, as well as our question and poll of the day, the responses that we got for those. So let's get into it with number 5. WKRG's remarkable woman of 2026 has spent her entire career taking care of women in all stages of life. Whether it's delivering babies, serving as medical director at USA Children's and Women's OBGYN Medical Group, or co-founding the first Black female-owned obstetrician gynecologist clinic in Mobile, people say Dr. Donna C. Bennett cares. She makes those around her feel safe. News 5's Roseanne Havens surprised Dr. Bennett while she was at work. She also co-founded FBL Physicians in Mobile with Dr. Sharon Bush Coxum. Their foundation, the Bennett Bush Foundation, which is a nonprofit started by doctors, is getting a boost from WKRG to the tune of $1,000 to help carry out Dr. Bennett's motto, for people to leave this office better than they came. And this Friday, our parent company, Nexstar Broadcasting, is flying Dr. Bennett to Nashville to meet 124 other remarkable women winners from across the country. They'll be celebrated and honored, and one will be selected as Nexstar's National Remarkable Woman of 2026. At number 4, the city of Foley hosted 15 students and 3 teachers from Germany as part of their Sister Cities partnership. The visitors from Hennef, Germany, spent 12 days with host families in Foley and toured the region. They were first welcomed by Mayor Ralph Helmick at Foley High School, shadowed students, toured New Orleans, and ate some beignets at Café du Monde. They even toured the USS Alabama, the Clydesdale horses, and experienced some Mardi Gras parades. Fun fact, in Hennef, Germany, 29 miles outside of Cologne, which is considered the carnival city of Germany, where they throw out sweets during their parades. Sounds familiar. Foley students and teachers will visit host families in Germany this June. At number 3, the Alabama Department of Transportation is seeking public input for a proposed project on I-65. The project includes adding additional lanes and a bridge replacement from State Road 158 to Celeste Road in Saraland. Information about this project can be viewed on AlDOT's website. You can also submit your comments there through March 12th. The project is set to begin this fall, with significant lane closures expected during construction. At number 2, a Pensacola man has been federally indicted for allegedly threatening the president through phone calls, emails, and in person. 46-year-old Marcus Hamlet is considered a flight risk, and he's set to go on trial on April 6th. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. And at number 1, a man wanted for aggravated child abuse is now in custody. Kendall Freeman turned himself into Metro Jail just before 4 p.m. today. Freeman was on the run for a week. He's accused of aggravated child abuse of his 4-year-old son. The victim's mother tells us Freeman beat their son so badly he had to go to the ICU. He's now out of the ICU, but has a long road to recovery. The boy suffered a broken pelvis and is now battling an infection. All right, guys, that is a look at our top stories of the hour. Now we're going to get into our question of the day and see what you guys said for that. And the question is, what is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is actually very specific. I can't stand when you pull into a gas station and there's no empty, dispensers, and there's people not in their cars. Like, people parked their cars, went inside to get snacks, and then came out and pumped their gas. You should pump your gas and then pull out of that spot, pull into an actual parking spot, and then go inside of the gas station. That's my pet peeve. But let's see what you guys had to say. Glenn Newton says, being asked about my pet peeves. Sorry. Stacy Edwards says, people who change around other people. Preach. That is so true. Alan Watson says, people that don't use their turn signals when changing lanes. Yes, that, and when you're turning at an intersection, you don't know if they're turning or not. Also very irritating. Let's see. Paul Watkowski says, walking diagonally across a crosswalk in front of a store versus straight across. Yeah. There's a lot of good pet peeves on here. You guys should definitely go and check them out if you haven't already. Thank you to everyone who responded. Now we're going to move into our poll of the day results. Our poll of the day was, do you spring clean? Now, 61% of you said yes, and then 39% of you said no. I personally love a good spring clean. It just resets you. And, you're able to get rid of stuff that's been sitting around in your closet and all that good stuff. So I love a spring clean. I just got to find the energy to do it. All right, guys, thank you so much for answering our poll of the day. We've got a little bit of homework for you. We're going to have a new question and poll posted on Facebook. So you're going to want to go check that out. Our question of the day today is, what is your form of self-care? I personally love to scrapbook, do a face mask, and just chill with my fiance. That's my self-care. And then our Facebook poll, will you be making a March Madness bracket this season? Now, last season, I was super into basketball. I'm a huge Auburn fan. Me and my fiance loved watching the games last season. They were doing so well. Bruce Pearl was just absolutely dominating. And this year, with Stephen Pearl taking the reins, it hasn't been much of a pretty sight. So still trying to stay faithful with them, but it's been hard. So I imagine it'll be hard to want to do a March Madness bracket, but I might give it a try just for funsies. Anyway, that is all I've got for you today. What you're going to want to do next is tune in to WKRG News 5 at 6 with Roseanne Haven and Peter Albrecht. They've got all the updates for the stories for you coming up at 6. So be sure to tune in, and thank you guys so much for being with me today. Have a great day.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.